Hi guys, are you brave enough to uncover the dark truth behind Ouija boards? Yes, you know the ones. The spooky board with the letters, numbers, the little pointer with a planchette it's called, and you swear your mate's pushing it, pretending it's a ghost. Well, here's the real question. What happens when you actually mess with one? What forces are we actually inviting in? I'm Shane from Corby85 The Stories, and this is my special Halloween episode. So today we're going to be diving into the spine-tingling world of Ouija boards, where unexplained phenomena and terrifying stories come together. So I want you to strap in, because it's about to get weird. First off, let's start with a bit of history, because these boards didn't pop up out of nowhere, despite what your local toy shop might want you to think. Ouija boards, also called talking boards, were first sold commercially in 1890 by Ouija Board. So yes, the spooky spirit board we're all freaked out about. You see all the programs and films. They started off as actually a party game, which is crazy. Nothing says family fun like summoning up the dead. But its real rise to fame started a little bit later. It came during the spiritualism movement in the late 19th century, when people were desperate to communicate with their loved ones in the afterlife. The Ouija board quickly became the go-to tool for these seances, and that's where the creepiness really starts to kick off. Was it all just a load of mumbo jumbo, or is something sinister happening behind those flickering candles in the seances? Let's talk about what happens when people actually use these things. Let's be honest, there's always that one bloke in the party. Oh, it's just a little bit of fun, mate. Let's go on the Ouija board. It's all very good until the Ouija board spells, "Get out!" And suddenly everyone's looking and running for the exit. But for some, in all seriousness, things get much darker than that. So let's take a look quickly at a few cases where people claim the Ouija board opened up a door to something terrifying. First up, not as scary, but very weird. We've got the case of Patent Worth. A spirit who supposedly connected with a woman named Pearl Curran in 1913. Pearl claimed that through the Ouija board she was communicating with the ghost of a 17th century English woman who helped her write her books, plays and poems. Crazy. So you heard that right. The ghost became her co-author. And now, is it just me, or does that sound like the ultimate ghostwriter? And there is pun intended in that. But seriously, Pearl's story, even to this day, still baffles historians. Is it real? Who knows? What do you think? Let me know in the comments. But it's not all writing collaborations with the dead. No. It gets much scarier. You've probably seen some of the Ghost Adventures episodes and things. In the 1970s, we got the infamous case of ZOZO Demon. ZOZO. Ouija board users across the globe claim they've been contacted by an entity called ZOZO. And let me tell you, this fella does not come for a friendly chat. People have reported violent encounters, possessions, and even mysterious illnesses after the sessions with ZOZO. And what's worse, it's a growing conspiracy that ZOZO might be a demonic entity slipping through the veil. It's just what you need in your living room, a bloody demon. So let's move on to the scientific side of things. Psychologists say that the Ouija board works on something called ideomotor effect, if I pronounce that right. It's basically where your muscles make small unconscious movements without you even realizing, so you're not deliberately faking it, you won't even realize you're moving, and it's called ideomotion. So basically you're moving the planchette around yourself without even knowing it. So sure, that's the logical explanation, but then why are there so many people convinced they're chatting with the dead? A bit of ideomotor effect doesn't explain away the sinister vibes, the cold sweats, and let's not forget the occasional, "I think my house is haunted, please come and help." And it's not just harmless fun either. Some people believe that using a Ouija board can lead to real consequences, psychological trauma, hauntings, even worse than that, possession, who knows, pretty scary stuff. So bringing something dark into your home, there's a whole reason why people say don't play alone, and it's not just because you're going to get bored playing by yourself. They reckon once you open the door to the other side, it's not that easy to close it again. So what's really happening when you play with a Ouija board? Is it all just in our heads, or are we tapping into forces we don't fully understand? One thing's for sure though, these boards have left a trail of eerie experiences and a whole lot of people sleeping with their lights on. So next time someone says, "Let's crack out the Ouija board," you might want to think twice about that. Are you brave enough to face whatever might answer? So before I conclude, I want to just get pretty serious. I'll quickly explain my personal opinion about the Ouija board. I've got quite a lot of experience with them. I'm a paranormal investigator from a hobby with my paranormal brother Andrew and my partner Debbie in our group Northern Ghost Hunters. Been doing it for quite a long time. Ouija boards can easily be faked, which is why I am quite skeptical, but I do believe they can be legitimate at times. I would class the Ouija board as an old school method of communicating with spirits, similar to the modern day ways we communicate using EMF detectors, spirit boxes. There's apps on our phones these days. Right, in all seriousness, I need to point out categorically, this needs to be taken very seriously and it needs to be done properly in the right environment. I do not condone anyone to mess with these things they don't fully understand. There are a number of ways to protect yourself before and after communicating with spirits, which I will not cover in this video. This is why I will say, once and only once, do not try it at home. And I am speaking from personal experience, just trust me. So I want to say thank you for watching. Have a lovely Halloween. If you're watching it after Halloween, thank you for watching anyway. If you've got any weird spooky stories about Ouija boards, drop them in the comments and let me know. And if you're still feeling brave, check out some of my other videos on conspiracies, the unknown and the paranormal here on Corby85. So if you've liked this and you're still watching to the end, could you please do me a massive favour and hit the like button and also subscribe. It doesn't cost you a penny, but what it will do is allow you to know when I upload a video, which will be on a weekly basis. So what I want to say is, stay curious my friends. I'm Shane, over.